Let's go. Feels good to be behind a mic again. Let's go. Yeah, we haven't done this in a bit, but we're back on track, and this episode is gonna be freaking sick because
it's only been like a week break.
Yeah,
we've had longer.
No, I think it's been 2. We didn't do it last week.
Yeah, so it was the last week I had no episode. The week before that I had an episode.
I don't think so.
Oh, really?
No, yeah.
I feel like I'm doing these every week.
You feel like you're doing every week? Yeah, we're not. We're not doing every week.
But this episode's gonna be sick because why?
This card, UFC 294, this is gonna be sick, and also we're gonna go rapid fire. Like, we're not gonna go crazy pace, but Kellan, we're gonna try to make these like 15-20, give or take, because that's like similar to what a UFC like regular matches.
Fight.
Also, these are gonna be kind of based around like the only things you need to care about for a certain card.
Yeah.
Because you don't need to know everything. You guys know the main events, you know the co-mains, and you probably got your favorite fighter scattered around there, but Kellan's job...
You're just going to touch on the important.
Kellan's job is to point out the fights that are most intriguing to get the most UFC fans possible. Like, how are we going to grow this sport and spread it to everybody? We got to make people watch the most exciting fighters, and that's Kellan's job, is to scout talent. And that's what I do, is scout UFC talent. They're already in the UFC, though, so you know they're good. But, dude, we've got some sick prospects that I feel like nobody knows about. But first, though, so we've got a couple things. I made a little Bianca's warm-up segment. Because she comes here after teaching or something. She's a little groggy, doesn't want to be here. Checks her watch. Keeps me on a time limit.
I came here
Pulls
straight.
Pulls up the Apple Watch. Checks it. Full on.
He makes fun of me for closing my Apple Watch face. And I had to get a coffee before this because I'm so tired. I had a full day of teaching today.
Yeah, she's sub, dude. Baller. You better be on your best behavior. You're a teacher now. You can't cuss, say anything. Because your students watch this.
No, they're kindergartners.
They're 5. We're going to get those 5-year-olds on the UFC
now,
track early.
Now, if I was teaching like 3rd, 4th, 5th, those suckers will find you on Facebook. They will friend you. My friend Riley's having kids DM her on TikTok.
It sounds like kids are already saying the F word when that wasn't even on our radars when we were 5. So kids are growing up quick.
Yeah.
But Bianca's warm-up. What's Bianca's love language, huh?
Yeah, what is it?
What is your love language?
You guess.
What is it?
I actually don't really think I have just one.
What are your languages you speak?
I think words of affirmation is one of them.
Oh God, we're getting deep here.
That's a love language.
No, this is more surface level.
Wait, what do you mean? There's literally 5 love languages. Words of affirmation.
And then she's going to go into like touch, physical touch, stuff like that. I'm saying food. Like words of affirmation, physical touch. No. The best kind of love language.
Food. What about
Call
food?
Me that.
Food.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Bianca's little brain game. Get her going here for the UFC content that you're about to consume. Okay. I hate the term consuming content is right up there with mealtime. Well, because if you see it, it'll ruin it.
Oh, okay.
I've tried to figure out a way to make this the most difficult, and it's hard. But we'll split it up like this, all right? It's like, it's semi-hard, but it's not that bad. Round 1.
This is a game, by the way. You haven't prefaced this at all.
I'm a bad
This
host.
is a game.
This is a game I'm going to play. It's a food tournament. Bianca's going to pick her favorite food / restaurant that it's from. There's 4 finalists because we can't really bring up a whole bunch of... I can't bring up like local restaurants here because we got people from fucking Georgia watching this.
So these are like chain restaurants.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got some chains. All right, ready? Okay. The premise of this is you can only eat the winner. None of the other things.
For the rest of my life?
Yes. Oh. You cannot, every time you eliminate something that is gone from your potential menu.
My palate forever.
Yeah, forever.
Okay. Oh, God.
All right, ready?
I already know what the
Round
winner
number 1. A sub from Jimmy John's versus wings from Applebee's or Wingstop. Any kind of wing.
Stop.
Not limiting you to a flavor.
You're kidding.
Your ideal Jimmy John's sub versus
Why'd you put 2
wings.
really hard ones together?
Because I'm not just going to go random wings and random sub. It has to be like top tier. It has to be your faves.
Oh my God, this is so hard. I can't.
If you want a key to Bianca's heart, get any of these 4 food items that I'm going to list in the future minutes.
I
of this
bet
episode.
I can name them.
No. Just keep.
Okay.
Stay focused on the task at hand. Eliminate 1.
Okay. Oh my god! But I can't even say the words eliminating Jimmy John's sub. Like I can't even use those words.
Elimination.
But I
These
feel
are
like
2
I'm
of Bianca's
more
pound favorite foods: subs and wings.
That's
That's
those
like
are.
what her diet is, Loki.
Okay. Fuck off. I don't know because I feel like I get less tired of the sub. Like I could, because it's better for you. I feel like, and there's just more on it. But like with wings, you can just eat so many. I think I'm gonna eliminate Jimmy John's.
No.
And keep the wings.
Wait, really? No more driving to Corvallis? No more quick pickup? No more freaking fast?
Let's put it like this. I've only been eating Jimmy John's the past year? I've never been a Jimmy John's girly. I've been a wings girly since I was a kid.
Girly?
So I have to stick true to the wings because I didn't even start eating Jimmy John's for since last year. Mm-hmm. I discovered it and I love it, but I also love a good basket of wings.
You've always loved sandwiches, though. So.
Yeah, I have, but
True sandwich lovers began watching School of Rock.
Yes,
When he opens up the freaking desk and takes the sandwich.
You're not in trouble. I'm hungry.
Teach.
Every
time I see that, I want to go get a sandwich.
Literally, every time I see that scene, I'm like, I need a sub right now.
Yeah.
And the Cheetos with it, and I don't even like Cheetos, but like chips in a sub, it's unbeatable. But I remember ever since that scene, I'm always like, why did it make us think subs were
because you
so
know what it tastes
cool?
like what he's eating. It's literally like cheddar cheese, lettuce, turkey, and mayo.
It doesn't even look that great, but it just sounds so good every time.
Exactly. Okay.
That's how we're meant to be because we both grew up loving Nacho Libre and School of Rock.
Pretty much. Wings moves on. Jimmy John's gone from her existence. The next one is a chicken sandwich / tender from Dave's or Tacos El Pastor. Homemade from the Carniceria down the road.
Tacos El Pastor with cebolla and piña, which is onions and pineapple on top,
and lime
with a lime wedge.
Your whole setup.
Which you can get that at any Mexican place. So
pretty broad. So yeah, you can't have Tacos El Pastor,
this conversation
or you're not
anymore.
allowed to have Dave's anymore.
I don't want to talk about that anymore. This conversation's
What one's harder, this one or the last one?
Oh my god, I don't know. They're completely different categories. It's when I'm craving fried chicken or when I'm craving pastor tacos.
All right.
When you suggest a food, what would I rather eat? When you suggest tacos,
you almost say yes all the time.
I say yes every time, I feel like. But I also never turn down Dave's. But I do get tired of Dave's more. I think pastor tacos wins.
I think that's a good choice because the finals would kind of suck if you had to choose between fried chicken and fried chicken.
True.
Okay, here we go. Would you rather have wings or tacos? You're 50% Mexican, so pick wisely.
Dude, this is so
my personal opinion, I'm sorry.
You're obviously tacos.
But the tacos, you can't beat them.
No, you can't. But people don't know how good they are. Because we make them good. We soak the tortillas in the sauce.
If I have to have people over and make something for them, that's the one thing I feel comfortable about making every single time. Because I don't have to make the meat. I just grill up the meat.
All you do is grill the meat.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I'm the one who puts the cheese. Okay. I prep
just answer the question. Answer the goddamn question.
Well,
this is going to take up half the pod. Is the warm-up.
I was going to say, this is the warm-up. Yeah, there's no way.
I'm just kidding. It's fun. This is my show. I fund it. I do everything.
I seriously don't know. I'm going to go pastor tacos. If I could dip pastor tacos in ranch.
What? You're a freak show.
No, I wouldn't actually, but ranch is my favorite condiment, and I feel like everything you listed I eat with ranch except for the tacos.
You can have a slice of pizza anytime with ranch.
Oh, you didn't even have pizza on that list. I do love
So
meat.
just save the ranch for the pizza, and you don't have to drench your tacos in ranch like a freak. Who would even think of that?
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Tacos for the win.
Tacos for the win, baby. I mean, if you haven't experienced a classic carne al pastor with a little bit of pineapple, a little bit of lime sprinkled on top, then you ain't living, baby. If you haven't put the cheese in the tortilla, grilled both sides in the sauce, pull that sucker apart, make a taco, you haven't lived. You haven't lived, okay? I don't know. Depending on how sensitive your stomach is, you might not want to leave your house after eating it, but...
That's true. My stomach always hurts after it.
But it's so worth it. So worth it. Okay.
It's just so rich.
Yeah. But let's get into UFC 294. So basically what happened was it was a really good card. It got baked up a little bit, and then it became even better with the Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski rematch, and now a fantasy matchup of many UFC fans, which is Khamzat versus Kamaru Usman, both of which seem like unstoppable forces, okay? First of all, I want to get Bianca's take. Like, what do you think will, like, with the two main... Jeez, there's a big bang. The big bang,
Someone's
baby.
car right now.
What do you think about the main event and the co-main? Because this is like the main juice.
It's
a
gonna
little.
win?
Yeah, Volk in the rematch off of 11 days notice. Same with Kamaru Usman. Flying to Abu Dhabi to face guys that have been preparing for a fight for a significant period of time.
I want Volk to win because, one, I like him, and two, it was short notice, so I just think that's kind of sick. And it's a rematch, isn't it?
Yep.
I just think I want him to win. I don't know if he will, just because on the short notice. I don't know how set he is to go. But I am hoping for him. And then Usman or Chimaev.
This is at 185 pounds, too. First time Usman's fought 185 pounds.
Is that
he was the
going
170
up?
champion.
So he's going up a weight class?
Yeah. And Khamzat's kind of fluctuated throughout his career.
I think Khamzat.
Can I throw something out there for you?
You think Usman?
Do not be surprised if Usman and Volkanovski go unconscious. Like, I'm being serious.
Wait, you think
I think that both of them might get knocked out.
You think
on
that
the biggest stage in the world?
Usman's gonna get knocked out? And Volk could get knocked out?
Khamzat is a scary man, dude. He's so fast, boxing so clean. Usman, a little bit dicey.
Yeah,
And he's never fought someone as big as Chimaev with the skills of Chimaev. Because I guarantee you one thing, this fight ain't going to the ground. Khamzat is not going to take Usman down, I don't think. He might. But Usman is not going to take Khamzat down. I know that. If he does, prove me wrong, light me up. But I'm just saying, I really do see Khamzat clipping Usman, and I see Islam clipping Volk. And I think I have... In my Tapology, I created a Tapology account so it keeps track of all my picks. I think I have Volk down for a second round TKO, and Usman gets knocked out with like a second round TKO as well. I really think both, like, this is like a hot take.
Yeah.
But I really don't think that coming out short notice facing a Chimaev up a weight class with that kind of power. Dude, all we had to see in Khamzat's first fight at like second fight 185 in the UFC, he knocks out Gerald Meerschaert. And what has Gerald Meerschaert shown? The dude is so resilient at that weight class. He takes so much damage, comes back and wins fights. So the fact that Chimaev just pressed the button and slept him is really scary. And so that's what makes me think, like, Usman, he's got knocked out by Leon. Okay, it was a kick. He looked pretty good in the rematch. But, like, I just feel like if Usman's not careful and shows his openings like he did, if you catch a knee from Chimaev or something, or catch something on the chin, I think that's different from, like, you can't eat it like you ate the Leon Edwards shots.
Yeah.
Like, this is a big, strong, 6'2" Chechnyan throwing heat-seeking missiles. I really think that there's going to be a knockout here. I just see it happening, bro. Like,
that's when McCriven.
Yeah. I think that if Usman can find a way to just kind of make this a grimy fight and maybe... dude, it's just I don't know what's gonna happen because Usman looks so good. Like, the only thing in his before after pictures the only thing that looks different, he's a little bit thicker in the waist, but only marginally. So I think his cardio is gonna be there.
Yeah.
So I just don't know what's gonna happen. But the one thing that I will say is I hate the fact that this rematch with Makhachev and Volkanovski is coming with Alexander not being on a full camp. Like, that just kind of sucks.
It's not
because Makhachev's like, you
even
have
in
a
that
built-in
sense.
excuse, my guy.
Yeah.
You have a built-in excuse where, even though,
But that's probably why he also was down to take it, because he's like, I really got nothing to lose.
right. But it also sucks for Volk, because if Makhachev gets a second win, and it's hard for me to imagine a lot of guys right now that are going to take that belt off of him, Volk's not going to ever really going to be able to earn another title shot at 155. Like, this is now or never for him. So,
And he's the champ, right?
yeah.
Volk still is?
Yeah.
So if Volk loses this, then does that make Makhachev the champ?
No.
Oh, because it's different weight class.
Yeah, Volk's going up technically, but what they were gonna do is they do Ilya versus Max interim title if Volkanovski gets the shit pounded out of him, which would be sickening.
Yeah, that would be
and
cool.
Kellan would be conflicted. That would be a big conflict of interest there. I don't know how to break that one down. Want Ilya to win for sure.
Yeah,
Want
but
Max
you
to get the belt back for sure.
love Max, so
Also would love to see Max and Volk fight again, because I really don't think, besides that, potentially that second fight. No, actually, I don't think any of the fights that they fought, both of those dudes showed up on the same day. Max got the shit beat out of him in the trilogy. Max kind of got robbed in the rematch, but that was like COVID weird times. I don't think Volk was able to get a really good training camp in. And then the first fight was probably their best, and that was like 2019, I think. That was like the best time, but it was still a really close fight, and Volk kind of just kicked the legs out from under Max the entire fight. It wasn't like Volk obviously kind of clearly won the fight, but it wasn't like a decisive winner. So that's like my bold take though on the co-main and main. Like, you guys know both of these guys, they're the most famous freaking fighters in the world. But moving on from that, so we're getting 2 knockouts in the main and co-main. That would be crazy, baby. But new segment, all right, that I've already talked about with Bianca. You've heard of Dana White. If you don't know now, you know. My new segment is, you probably knew, but if you didn't, now you definitely do. Okay, this is my segment. All right, and the first one on it is, who else but the snow leopard, Javid Basharat, versus Victor Henry. We've been talking about this for a while. I think it was supposed to happen in September. Very glad it got pushed back, because as this UFC 294 has kind of progressed, it got a little shaky here with good fights. But there's some good fighters on here that kind of make up for kind of a little bit of a low-key top-heavy card. But it's pretty good throughout. But Javid Basharat is the most special prospect on this card, in my opinion, just because he hasn't shown any weaknesses. But I was like deciphering, like, is this going to be Javid Basharat's coming out party? I think he's going to need one more, and he's going to need to do it against a ranked guy and really prove it. But this Victor Henry fight, it's not going to be, these Basharat brothers, they're not afraid. They love to take hard fights, all right? But Victor Henry, I just really think this is going to be a technical, classic, beautiful mixed martial arts display. Because Victor Henry, he's so good. His boxing's pretty good, and his ground game's solid. But Javid Basharat, no matter where this fight goes, he's got the edge, okay? I know that for a fact.
There we go.
This is if you don't know, but you probably already did, but now you're definitely going to know if you didn't. I botched that, but you get the premise. Javid is a distance master, and you never know where any of his shots are coming from. Like, he's going to throw a right hand to a left high kick, something else. He switches stances really well, but he just moves in and out. He's bouncing on those toes, Stephen Wonderboy style, gets in and out, great head movement. He gets the best version of his opponents every single time. He's just that type of guy. Victor Henry in his fight against, was it Rafael Sunsao? He really, I'm pretty sure, now I could be wrong, right? Kellan's usually wrong about some things, but he beat Tony Gravely in his last time out. That was a split decision. But I just remember in the Rafael Sunsao fight, he was really struggling with distance management. All right, and like, that's going to be, he was struggling to get his shots and land his shots and get inside. Even though he does have great head movement, he's fine, but he was just really struggling to land shots. And the only way to beat Javid Basharat besides putting him out is to land more volume on him, obviously, Kellan. But all I'm saying is, Javid is not really going to get touched in this fight, I think, and it's going to be tough for Victor to get to him. It's going to be tough for him to land his shots. So I just see Javid Basharat getting a nice, solid decisive decision. All right. But I do think that if it goes to the ground, Javid can obviously find the back, sink in a choke, or lands a couple elbows. He has vicious ground and pound. That's what I love about every single place that this fight goes. The Basharat brothers, they do not take it for granted. Like, they're going to throw volume no matter where they are. If they're on top, they're going to throw it. If they're on their back, they're going to get back up to their feet. And then obviously when both guys are on their feet, they have insanely creative and like non-predictable combinations. So yeah, Javid's the man, the snow leopard. He's going to go to 15-0, and he's on his way. Him and his brother are on his way to proving to the world that they are a force to be reckoned with. But the next one on Kellan's list is Nathaniel Wood versus Mohammad Naimov. Okay, Nathaniel Wood is the man coming off that fight against Touchy Feely, which was Nathaniel almost got taken out a couple times there, but he did shake up Andre Feely quite a few occasions. But Mohammad Naimov, I think that he is probably one of the more interesting dudes on the card, just because comes into the UFC, beats Jamie Malarkey up a weight class of 155 pounds and knocks him out. Not a lot of people do that. Jamie Malarkey is a really consistent contender at 155, and the fact that Naimov comes in there and finishes him when guys on full training camps can't even finish Jamie Malarkey is extremely impressive. And that he's going down in 140. I think his true weight class is 145. But this is I feel like this is kind of the fight that a lot of people are kind of circling, because Nathaniel Wood, I mean, if he strings a couple more fights together, we're looking at a top featherweight prospect, because the dude, he doesn't really lose. And now that he's had some, and he's fought like great competition, like fighting Charles Jourdain, beating Charles Jourdain is great, beating Charles Rosa, beating Andre Feely, like those are really tough guys. And to get another freaking feather in your cap against a guy that knocked out a 155er in his UFC debut, it's going to be crazy. So I'm looking for a fire fest here, but if Naimov lands, it seems like he can take out anybody. But yeah, he's from Tajikistan. There's some killers coming out of there, dude. It's not really fair. They're not built like the rest of us here. But Nathaniel Wood versus Mohammad Naimov. I don't know I think I had Nathaniel Wood second round TKO, but I would not be surprised if this is just a brutal decision with high output. I think high output, maybe some. I'm interested to see what Nathaniel Wood can do on the ground too, like, because he seems pretty dominant, but at the same time, it seems like he does have some holes. So we'll see. Then the next one, if you don't know, if you probably knew, but if you didn't, now you definitely do. Trevor Peek, he's the guy. Why is that so funny, bro? He's the guy. Trevor Peek, he's fighting versus anybody. It literally doesn't matter who Trevor Peek's fighting, because he has the most unorthodox punching style of all time. This hammer fisting while standing, and he'll knock you out cold. Like, this is the fight of who has the better right hand, because Muhammad Yahya, I watched some of his fights. Okay, I did a little bit of my homework because he hasn't fought in the UFC yet. The dude, he likes to I watched an old fight, but it seemed like in that fight, he wasn't afraid to put the pressure on. The biggest thing that was eye-opening to me, both of these guys have serious power in their hand. Yahya's got a great right hand. If he cracks you could go out cold. Trevor Peek, I mean, the guy, he brings street fighting to a whole new level in the UFC. Like, he literally looks like a dude street fighting, throwing punches from all different angles, not the cleanest striking, and he just does it at the highest level, I guess. But key factor here, Muhammad Yahya, he has faced some adversity in his fights, which is great, and so has Trevor Peek. So it's not like we're getting a new dude coming into the UFC that hasn't like got knocked down before. When you're fighting a guy like Trevor Peek, you might find yourself on your back a couple times with seeing stars with a lot of blurry movement. You can't really dial in. You might see 3 Trevor Peeks while you're laying on your back. But I think that he can recover and come back and win a fight. Because I think in his last fight, he did get dropped towards the end of a round. But he obviously came back and won. So it's going to be insane. I really think that both of these guys are just going to throw. It could get a little bit dirty. But if Yahya can stay clean and crisper, he might be able to just tag Trevor Peek. Because Trevor Peek in his fight against Chepe Mariscal, he was not as... Chepe, even though he's not like the greatest striker, he was more... His mechanics were more tight on the feet. And he was landing shots. Things were getting to the target a bit faster than Trevor, and if Mohammad Yahya can just kind of utilize some cleaner boxing and just make sure he lands on the target first, like he just can't let Trevor Peek do his crazy wind up punches and hit him over the head. It's almost like Trevor Peek's trying to whack you with a 2x4 basically. So if you can just pepper Trevor Peek early and often, Mohammad definitely has the power to get him out of there. But it's going to be a great fight. I really think that either one, this is a coin flip. This is a toss up for sure. But yeah, that's basically it, dude. And then Sharabutin, Magomedov. We're at a championship round. We're 5-minute rounds here. But there's some Sharabutin Magomedov might be the scariest guy in the UFC now. Look at this cat.
Yeah, look
at this guy.
Doesn't look real.
And I think he kicked someone while he was doing
Is he partly blind
match.
in one eye?
No, I think he's just one of those cats that has two different colored eyes. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and I think he's a hothead too. I remember he freaking, dude. How much of a flex is that? Like
2 different colored eyes in the UFC?
No. I didn't get to my point yet. I feel sorry.
Oh.
No. He's the number 3 middleweight in Russia, which means you're the number 3 middleweight in the world, basically. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, he's a freaking monster. Got a tough test in Bruno Silva, dude. This is a fun card.
Yeah, it looks.
It could have used
packed.
one more good fight, maybe in the main card, but
really?
we'll see. We'll see. I wish Ikram Alaskara would have stayed with his fight with Nasruddin, but that got scrapped. I think Nasruddin he pulled out. He pulled out. Yeah. That's about it, dude. What was the last thing? Giga versus Josh Emmett. Very nice. That's what I wrote. Very nice fight.
Very nice.
Very nice. We'll kind of grind this one out really quick. Giga versus Josh. What did I think with Giga versus Alex Caceres? I thought that Alex Caceres was going to be a great grappling test for Giga, especially coming off a long hiatus. But Giga Chikadze showed that didn't matter at all. And Alex Caceres didn't really even grapple with him. So this is going to be the true test. If Giga can get past Josh Emmett, that proves a lot. Because Josh Emmett had a razor-thin fight with Calvin Kattar, who beat Giga Chikadze. I know Josh Emmett has absorbed a lot of damage since he has fought Calvin Kattar. Like he's had to fight Yahya, he fought Ilya. A lot of damage was taken in there. But Josh Emmett versus Giga Chikadze is going to be a really fun fight. It's going to be one of those that it's a no-brainer, where it's like, yeah, we're getting this fight. He's just stepping in the octagon. It's going to be nonstop action. So it's going to be interesting to see how Josh Emmett approaches the fight. Is he going to be more grappling heavy, or does he feel he can stand and trade with Giga Chikadze, which is hard to imagine. But I just really want to see Giga Chikadze. I really want to see him stuff a few takedowns and get up off his back when he gets taken down. Because if he's going to do anything in the 145-pound division and get up to be champion contender level status, he's going to have to do that. So, yeah. Giga's the man. Josh Emmett is very good, but Giga is just such a fun insert into the 145-pound division just because he's so exciting and so technical, and he has the ability to knock anybody out and knock the wind out of you and shut down your vital organs with his Giga kick. So I thought that Caceres matchup was going to be great for him. This is one of the greatest matchups for him, especially considering I think it is very, very real. The factor of Josh Emmett absorbing so much damage in the Yair Rodriguez and Ilya Topuria fight. Because if Giga can maybe touch the chin, it might not be the same. But who knows? Josh Emmett's always in fantastic shape, and he can knock you out in one punch. Like, I could see Giga going out cold. Easy. But, so that's 30 minutes. We added an extra round or so in there. Maybe that's like the post-fight interview, to sprinkle that in. But, yeah,
I love that that's how you keep track of the time in your mind is in increments of fights.
Yes. That's 5 minutes, baby. 5 minutes is a round. But if you learn anything from this podcast, it's that Javid is the man. Wood versus Naimov is the fight you want to watch. Trevor Peek versus literally anybody is must-watch TV. And Bianca chose Al Pastor tacos over Jimmy John's.
Today.
Wingstop wings, Applebee's wings,
chose that.
And Dave's Hot Chicken.
Ask me in a week, and I might change it again. Those are my top 4 things I crave.
Yeah.
And In-N-Out.
Oh, I forgot In-N-Out.
Grilled
That's
cheese
right.
and fries.
I forgot In-N-Out. Shit.
But I actually would
It had to be 4 though.
Yeah, I know.
I would say that you'd pick all 4 of these over In-N-Out though.
I think I would too.
Yeah. She eats grilled cheese. Get out of here. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. And
thanks for watching. Subscribe.
Thank you to our sponsors.
Me, myself, and I.
Thanks to the sponsors. And bye-bye. UFC 294 is going to be sick. Don't watch college football.
What?
No, you don't watch college football. You watch UFC 294. Sundays are good. But 49. I'm not going to do anything on Sunday because it's Monday Night Football.
And we're going to...
49ers.
Maybe we'll go to the pumpkin patch on Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to find this one to go to.
You didn't.
Bye.
Bye.